Shocking twist.
My mom told me in the morning when I woke up that, he was arrested, and I couldn't believe it.
The husband of a Dover mother behind bars in connection to her death. Tonight, Erica Avila's family on the arrest they didn't see coming. Plus, eye on your safety. The local school district taking extra steps to ensure school sporting events are safe for all. What attendees can now expect. And fighting back. The new lawsuit against Ron DeSantis. Why the suspended state attorney of Hillsborough County says the governor illegally punished him.
And we are staying on top of new developments in the murder of a Dover mother. Erica Aviles was shot several times outside of her home back in July.
And new tonight, Erica's husband, Cornelio Negrete, is also behind bars at this hour. You are watching 10 Tampa Bay at 6. I'm Carolina Lee.
And I'm Dave Wagner. Thanks for being with us tonight. Her husband's cousin, Daniel Negrete, and his girlfriend, Fatima Garcia Avila, were arrested for her murder. Detectives say they also killed a man named Antonio Benito Cuellar Enriquez and tried to frame him for the crime. 10 Tampa Bay's Megan Myers is in the studio. Megan, you just spoke to Erica's brother about all of this.
Erica's brother says he's shocked to hear his sister's husband could be involved in her murder. He says although they had relationship trouble in the past, he never imagined it would turn out like this.
My mind's racing. Feels like I'm going like 1,000 miles per hour.
Daniel Aviles says he thought his sister's husband was heartbroken to lose her.
Didn't expect him to be involved, the way he was talking and, making it all, seem like he seemed that, he missed her and everything.
During our interviews with Cornelio on the day of Erica's funeral, he was very emotional too.
I wish I wasn't here today. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here knowing that this would be like the last day I get to spend with my wife.
Did you ever imagine that he would be arrested and connected to plotting her murder?
No. I didn't think he was involved or, I didn't believe it.
Deputies say Cornelio, his cousin Daniel Negrete, and Danielle's girlfriend Fatima Garcia Avila all had a part in plotting Erica's death. Court documents show Garcia Avila claimed Erica was a bad mother, saying she was having an affair. Daniel says no matter what was said, he wants people to know his sister was a great mother.
My sister, she was a big-hearted person, she always was there for everyone.
And now,
we just want justice, that's all we're asking for.
all three suspects are still in jail right now, being held without bond. Erica and Cornelio's 2 children are currently staying with other family members. I'm in the studio. Megan Myers, 10 Tampa Bay.
Now, in a separate incident, Bradenton police are looking for a man wanted in connection with shooting involving his fiancée. Investigators say 44-year-old Jason Smith's fiancée was shot in both legs and taken to the hospital. They say Smith may be driving to Tennessee, where he has family. His green 2005 GMC Envoy was found this afternoon. This is his photo right here, but detectives say he has now shaved his head. If you recognize him, you are asked to call police.
Developing tonight, at least one person is in the hospital after Pasco Fire Rescue says a train and a car collided in Dade City. Officials made this announcement around noon, saying it happened near the old Lakeland Highway at Melrose Avenue. Fire Rescue says the person hurt has serious injuries. We are working to get more information on what led up to this crash.
Hillsborough State Attorney Andrew Warren filed a lawsuit in federal court today aimed at getting his job back. That suit accuses Governor Ron DeSantis of violating Warren's First Amendment rights as well as overstepping his authority in suspending an elected official without sufficient cause. 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Glasser takes a closer look now at the arguments Warren presented today.
Now, although this issue clearly centers on Florida, suspended Hillsborough State Attorney Andrew Warren says he filed this lawsuit in federal court because at its heart, he said, this is about the First Amendment.
We didn't seek out this fight, but the law is on our side and our democracy is at stake.
Warren and his attorney Jay Caboose say Governor Ron DeSantis illegally punished Warren for statements he's made about using prosecutorial discretion, not any actions he's taken. The lawsuit says that violates Warren's right to free speech and asks the court to force DeSantis to rescind his order suspending Warren.
We've stepped in and asked the court to confirm that what the governor has done is unlawful.
The federal lawsuit might also be a risky gamble. Warren could get a favorable ruling in the lower court, but Governor Ron DeSantis has enjoyed favorable rulings in the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. Warren says his lawsuit is about defending democracy, but if he loses, it could set a legal precedent, opening the door for state leaders anywhere, regardless of party, to remove elected officials with whom they disagree.
You can never guarantee an outcome at trial. All we can guarantee is that the law is on our side, the facts are on our side, the truth is on our side.
Governor DeSantis' communications director released a statement to Politico that said, quote, "It's not surprising Warren, who was suspended for refusing to follow the law, would file a legally baseless lawsuit challenging his suspension." Warren was also asked about what action he plans to take with regard to the Florida Senate weighing his removal. He said he believes that the decision in federal court will make that process irrelevant. In Tampa, Eric Lasser, 10 Tampa Bay.
Warren said Governor DeSantis is using taxpayer resources to fund his position in their legal battle. The suspended Hillsborough state attorney announced that he is starting a legal fund to help pay his own expenses.
Today, the Department of Education voted to change teaching requirements for veterans, allowing service members to instruct without a bachelor's degree. Veterans interested in the program must be working towards their 4-year degree with at least 60 credit hours already completed. This requirement change will help address Florida's shortage of teachers. But some parents say this isn't the right way to get those jobs filled.
Yeah, I can't walk into any other profession saying, like, I can do just as a good of job as you are with no experience.
The teaching requirement changes are effective immediately. The state education commissioner said today more than 200 veterans have already applied.
To crack down on potential gun violence, the Manatee County School District is reinforcing sport event safety closures. This includes clear bag policies and weapon detection systems. The district says metal detection wands and walk-through detectors will be implemented at some games. They say only one clear bag will be allowed per person, no bigger than 12 by 6 inches, plus a small handheld item like a clutch or a Ziploc baggie.
And we want our students and all of our fans and supporters to be excited about the new athletic season. This is just another step we're taking to ensure safety and make them feel as comfortable as possible while they're on our campuses.
The school district also recently installed a 10-foot high fence after a single gunshot rang out during a Palmetto High School football game. That was back in May. Police say no one was injured when a group of teen boys started fighting near the sidelines. A 13-year-old boy was later identified as the shooter and arrested.
Now let's get in the know with some other stories making headlines this evening.
He struck her, propelling her more than 100 feet, and unfortunately he fled the scene.
A 13-year-old girl is in critical condition after Florida Highway Patrol says she was hit by a car yesterday while biking near Pine View School in Sarasota County. 65-year-old David Chang has been arrested in connection with the hit-and-run crash. FHP says Chang told troopers he was too scared to stop, taking his car to Tampa to have it repaired and telling the mechanics that a tree hit his car. Reports show Chang has a clean driving and criminal record. His charges include fleeing a crash with bodily injury and tampering with evidence. Now to an update on a story that we have been following. Hillsborough County deputies have identified a man accused of robbing a Brandon bank on Monday afternoon, but they still need your help finding him and arresting him. Investigators say the robbery took place at the Truist Bank on Causeway Boulevard. If you know anything, call the sheriff's office.
A really twisted story out of Alabama. A Florida college student was shot and killed near a popular Alabama state park on August 14th. The Clay County Sheriff's Office says 22-year-old Adam Simji and his girlfriend were exploring the forest when a woman asked them for help with her car. Officials say the woman then pulled a gun and fatally shot Simji in a confrontation that also left her with multiple injuries. The girlfriend, Michaela Paulus, was found performing CPR on him when authorities arrived. She was not injured. Deputies say 2 women have been charged with murder, kidnapping, and robbery. Ferry expansion. Why county leaders are putting millions of dollars into incorporating the MacDill Air Force Base to the regular transportation line.
And the Buccaneers began joint practices with the Tennessee Titans today. Why Coach Bowles believes today wasn't the Bucs' best.
More people moving to our area means more people on the road, and now visions of a water commute are one step closer to reality.
10 Tampa Bay reporter Liz Crawford joins us right now from Tampa. Now, Liz, this new project is primarily for people who work at MacDill Air Force Base.
Well, the main goal is to have a ferry that goes from South Hillsborough County to MacDill, but the long-term vision includes another way for those residents in southern Hillsborough County to reach downtown Tampa by water. Now, the whole project is just in the planning phase, but the project is running ahead of schedule. So the Hillsborough County Commissioners voted today to fund the assessment portion of the project earlier than they expected, just to keep up the pace. Now, here's the vision. Currently, we have the Cross Bay Ferry running between downtown Tampa and downtown St. Pete. It operates seasonally and it will start back up this fall. Now, supporters of this project hope to add a new commuter ferry for those who work at MacDill and commute from southern Hillsborough County. Some say it will alleviate traffic in South Tampa, but during those off-commute hours, the South Hillsborough stop will also connect to both downtowns on the bay.
They could then ride the ferry to St. Petersburg, to Tampa, and back nights and weekends for dinner, to see a show, to see a sporting event.
I firmly believe this commuter ferry is not a transit project, and it will be a financial boondoggle that will remove very few vehicles from the road. So.
Now, the firm behind the project said there are many grants and federal programs that will pay for some of the project, but how much of this will actually take local taxpayer money is unclear. You can bet it will be a lot. Liz Crawford, 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, so let's talk timeline. The project leaders hope to have a new ferry on the water by March of 2024, with the whole operation up and running by June 2025.
Well, take a look at this water spout near North Reddington Beach. Toddy Potavong caught this video here at the Tides Beach Condo Club. This was around 1:35 this afternoon. Happened just a few hours after this separate water spout was seen from our weather camera. This one was over Clearwater Beach. Meteorologist Natalie Ferrari joins us now. We have reports of at least 3 water spouts in our area today.
Yeah.
What is it about the weather that's causing these?
For that one, it was another one at 8:30 near Newport Richey.
Wow.
So those are official reports.
Yeah.
Today we have that onshore flow. So any abundant moisture that's overhead, like we have had to really kick into gear today, that is all seen when that wind comes in onshore rather, and that actually helps to create these funnels. We see that view, and a lot of us out on the beaches are able to capture that imagery as well.
Amazing to watch, and normally not dangerous, but you never know.
I love when we can say there's no reports of injury. It's just something very beautiful to look at. And a lot of folks that were on the water, they knew to stay away, to really heed those marine warnings. That's why we get those issued for parts of the coastal areas and the marine, really the bay, even when we do have this set up overhead. That onshore flow, winds anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour, really picking up even a little bit of a gust along the breeze, along the beaches there. That has been off and on really the past couple of days, and that flow will continue, which means a lot of us along the coastal spots see the rain first through the first half of the day, and then it moves inland like you're seeing right now through the second half of the day. We did have some decent storms just move well out of Sumter County earlier this afternoon, fizzling out. Isolated activity through eastern Hillsborough right now is just over Fishhawk. Back into Polk County is where things are just a little bit more isolated through the southwestern portions of the county from Bartow down into Fort Meade. So Hardy, DeSoto counties from Wauchula down into Arcadia, dealing with some pretty decent downpours, but even that has been weakening over the past 15 to 20 minutes. So we had plenty of time to heat things up, even with those partly cloudy skies. Made it to 91 degrees. That is a near normal day for this time in August. Another view from our Pinellas County beaches here from our Bellwether Beach Resort weather camera at St. Pete Beach. 87 right now, feels more like the upper 90s. Sunset's going to be at 8:07. I do think we'll have some partly cloudy skies, but that actually always ends up being a stunning setup, a stunning view for those sunsets this time of year. 86 right now in Clearwater, 87 in St. Pete. Calling it 91 in Bradenton. Still a lot of lower 90s in our inland spots. Over the next couple of hours, it is going to stay on the warm side with those partly cloudy conditions. And along the coastline, many of us are actually going to look at pretty dry conditions through sunset this evening. Overnight through tomorrow morning, there's going to be an isolated potential for some coastal showers. Otherwise, it's going to stay warm. A lot of us will be in those upper 70s and lower 80s to start things off for your Thursday morning before we climb near those upper 80s, close to 90, maybe even 91 degrees for tomorrow afternoon. afternoon. And speaking of tomorrow, I think our boaters will still be dealing with that onshore flow with winds out of the west about 5 to 10 knots, 1 foot seas or less, with a light chop out on the bay. Plenty of moisture overhead with that onshore flow continuing over the next couple of days. So really Thursday and Friday will be very similar to what we dealt with today. A little bit of drier air tries to help those rain chances become more isolated for Saturday, and then that does start to pick up and increase just a little bit Sunday going into Monday. So let's play through your futurecast tonight, because I do think any rain chances that are on the radar will mainly be inland, with partly cloudy skies dominating late overnight. I'm thinking maybe midnight, 1 a.m. up through Citrus, Hernando. I'll be watching out for you guys to see if there's any isolated downpours that still fire up. Otherwise, through the morning commute tomorrow, we'll see some isolated coastal showers trying to pop up very, very far and few between. That increases through lunchtime and really scoots to the east in our inland spots throughout the afternoon hours into the early evening as well. And I actually think we'll rinse and repeat that for your Friday forecast as well, as temperatures still climb their way into those lower 90s. We still get a lot of sunshine in between those showers to heat things up as we deal with those daily isolated rain chances. Through the weekend and into next week, we do go back into that late day sea breeze pattern with showers and storms.
Now, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa brings you 10 sports.
After visiting and coming back, I knew that that's where I wanted to commit to. So telling Coach Jenny that I was committing when she came to my house for dinner was one of my favorite moments ever. So I'm so excited to sign in November, and I can't wait to be a Florida Gator. Go Gators!
Sky Blakely is a future gymnastics superstar and, as you just heard, a future Gator. And we have her right in our backyard. The U.S. Gymnastics Championships take place at Amalie Arena starting tomorrow. Blakely comes in as the Winter Cup all-around silver medalist. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers are in Nashville. They had their first joint practice with the Tennessee Titans this morning. Todd Bowles said the boys looked tired. That explains the grabbing, and then eventually Jamal Dean, he's going to fall to the ground. Yeah, they just didn't look too good. Coach not too concerned, though. He says a little rest will have the Bucs looking fresh tomorrow. It's a fresh start for Carl Nassib, who is officially back with Tampa Bay. He took part in his first practice this morning. These aren't the same Bucs he played for in 2018 and 2019. He is now on a legit Super Bowl contender.
Today was my first day back in this game, and some things are, still up there. But it's going to take me a little while to, get back into the, speed of this game for sure.
We'll see how much Nassib plays in Saturday's preseason game, but we will not see Julio Jones. Todd Bowles announced today that Julio will be practicing against his former team this week, but we will have to wait a little longer to see the two-time All-Pro in game action.
Look, we need to feel good about ourselves. It's been a grind a little bit from the All-Star break, and wins in this ballpark against this team, that they can elevate you a little bit, make you feel that much better.
The Tampa Bay Rays have come to play this week. They go for the sweep against the Yankees tonight after big wins on Monday and Tuesday. It would be the fifth three-game sweep at Yankee Stadium in club history. And with all due respect to Aaron Judge, this man, Randy Arozarena, is on fire right now. He's got 4 home runs in the last 6 games. Big picture-wise, the Rays aren't in a position to jump the Yankees in the standings, but they are in a tight wild card race in the American League. The Blue Jays, they've already won their game today against Baltimore, and then the Mariners, they're leading the Angels right now. So a sweep of the Yankees will be cool, but the Rays should just worry about stacking up wins. We'll be right back.
We want to end with a remarkable story of life after death.
27-year-old Brendan Corson was speeding on Gandy Boulevard on Saturday when he crashed his motorcycle and died. His family says Brendan had just gotten this bike 5 weeks before the crash. Investigators say the high speed caused him to lose control and he was thrown off the motorcycle. Since that day, he has been in the ICU at Bayfront Hospital. Doctors kept him on life support to try and preserve his organs. His parents say his life will continue in an unexpected way.
His lungs, his heart, his liver, and his pancreas are going to be donated. Legacy is going to be save people's lives.
5 people will live longer because of his sacrifice. To his family, Brendan is dying a hero. While they grieve his loss, his family hopes other riders will use his story as a lesson and think twice before speeding.
Yeah, in so many ways, Brendan lives on through those people today. I know that's so important to his family. It's great to see. What a gift of life. Huh?
What a gift of life.
I have chills. I know. Just thinking about that. Huh?
Well, thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News with Nora Donald is coming up next.
And we'll see you back here for Nightside at 11.